We've been celebrating Women's History Month in March, and Rebecca Strom with the Mahomet Public Library is back with us with a few inspirational page-turners. Yeah. Welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. And looks like you've got quite the lineup here of some great books.
Yeah.
Starting out with Fearless Flights of, is it Hazel Ying Lee?
Hazel Ying Lee.
Hazel Ying Lee.
So I brought in a variety of picture book biographies today, all about different important figures in women's history. And like you said, this first one here is the Fearless Flights of Hazel Ying Lee, and it follows the first Chinese-American woman to fly for the U.S. military. So Hazel was a part of the WASPs, or what was referred to as the WASP, but were the Women's Air Force Service pilots during World War II. And this was a groundbreaking team of women who became pilots at a time when that wasn't really a thing that women did. And so this is a really inspirational book. She's a great role model for kids or young people who are interested in becoming pilots.
Oh, that is awesome. And I love flying, and I love flying stories.
Great.
So that might be something I want to look into.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do we have next?
So next is a book called Nina by Tracy N. Todd, and this is the story of the iconic singer and musician Nina Simone. So the book starts by introducing us to a young girl named Eunice Kathleen Wayman, who becomes, as we later find out, Nina Simone. And we get to see her introduction and early love of music, and how she persevered through a lot of hardship to break barriers on her way to becoming the musician that we know and love today.
That's amazing. So a bit of a backstory there, again, tying into women's history and music, which I love.
Yes.
History and art.
Yes.
And then what's number 3?
So the next one is focused more on a political figure. This book is called The Only Woman in the Photo by Kathleen Kroll, and it is focused on a woman named Frances Perkins, who was the first female Secretary of Labor. She worked under President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and she was really instrumental in advocating for workers' rights during the Great Depression. So this is a really great look into a woman who was really making a lot of big moves in politics at a time where that wasn't really a thing.
And I'm assuming that's where the title comes from. The Only Woman in the Photo means she was probably
the only woman in the photo.
Historical pictures, the only woman in the photo.
Yep.
That is awesome. And then this next one is timely with current events that are happening as we speak.
Yes, so we've got a solar eclipse coming up on April 8th, and so I thought I would wrap up by focusing on a female astronaut. This book is called Ellen Takes Flight, the life of astronaut Ellen Ochoa. And this biography focuses on the first Latina astronaut to fly in space, Ellen Ochoa. And like the others, we start in her childhood. We see her witnessing the 1969 moon landing, and that really inspires her. And so we see her throughout the rest of her life and her decision to become an astronaut and some of her space flights. And she actually logged over 1,000 hours in space, which is really amazing. And although she took her final space flight on April 8th, which is coincidentally the day of the eclipse, she took her last space flight on April 8th, 2002. She continues to be a really big source of inspiration for aspiring astronauts today.
Now, I gotta say, that's true irony. Her birthday.
Isn't that amazing?
The current eclipse. But speaking of which, tell us about the events you guys have coming up and going on right now.
Yeah, so we've got a couple upcoming eclipse programs to get us ready for the solar eclipse. Our first one coming up is going to be on March 26th. It's for kids. It's a craft program, so we'll be doing different solar system / eclipse themed crafts. That's going to be March 26th through from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. For kids, families. And then we'll have an adult-oriented informational program called All About Solar Eclipses. That's being presented by some graduate students at the university who are going to tell us about what happens when a solar eclipse comes around and give us some really great information about that. So that'll be April 4th at 11, and the first 20 attendees at that program will get a free pair of eclipse glasses, which I know people are really looking for.
You can actually watch the event happen.
Exactly. And so then on the day of the eclipse, which is April 8th, we will have games, lawn games out on the library lawn. So if people want to come watch the eclipse at the library, they can, and we'll have eclipse glasses available for people to use.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, Rebecca. You've got the inspiration here with the books, fun for the kids, education for the adults, and then the actual event.
Yes.
You guys have it all covered. So for a look at everything happening at the Mahomet Public Library, we're going to connect you on our website, ciLiving.tv, after today's show.